Hey, what's going on? Coming at you from Chicago, Illinois. So, I have this Audible book that I own. It's called The Theft of America's Soul by Phil Robertson. And I'm just going to be reading a little bit from a chapter in that audiobook. And then I'm going to discuss some unfortunate events, and then I will read a little bit from this book right here, and then I'll just tie it all in together. So I'm going to be reading from chapter 2. Title of that chapter is The Lie. There is no devil. The truth, the devil of the Bible, is real, and he is our enemy. Look around, America. Don't you see Satan's influence and work around you? The entertainment industry mocks religion and celebrates perversity. Universities teach the death of God and Satan with scientific provision. Physicians and psychologists tell us that when we die, the lights go out forever. Sins, the works of our flesh. Can there be any question that Satan is alive and well in our country? When you remove Christ from the public square, from the courthouses and schools, when you bar truth from its institutions, should it come as a surprise that the devil steps in to fill the void? So that was some part of chapter 2 of this book. And so now I'm going to discuss some unfortunate events and what the consequence of removing our Creator from our schools. And I'm not saying that there hasn't been shootings in private or religious schools. That has happened, but it's mostly happened in public schools where religion is not talked about. There's no subjects, there's no studies on it. They basically, these schools, these institutions, they black out our Creator, they black out religion, and then there's consequences for that. So there's the 2023 Covenant School shooting on March 27th of 2023, so not that long ago. A mass shooting occurred at the Covenant School in the Green Hills neighborhood of Nashville, Tennessee. Local resident and former student of the school, Aiden Hale, killed 3 children and 3 adults. That's from Wikipedia. Another one, on February 14, 2018, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz opened fire on students and staff in a high school in the Miami suburban town of Parkland, Florida, murdering 17 people and injuring 17 others. That is also from Wikipedia. And then there's the famous Columbine High School massacre that took place back in April of 1999. So this is the consequence. This is the consequence for removing our Creator from our lives, and then indirectly, as a consequence, allowing the enemy to step in and cause death and destruction. So that was that material that I found online. I'm going to jump right here to this book, As It Was in the Days of Noah by Jeff Kinley. And I'm going to be reading from this chapter, The Days of Noah. This is the first chapter of the book. And I'm going to be reading the last two paragraphs and then the final sentence. And just to give you some context of what I'm going to be reading about, the book author is describing what the climate, what the environment was like back in the days of Noah, what it was like to live in that world, in that society. In a pre-flood humanity, sin became a lethal virus, a plague spreading from parent to child and person to person. It was here born in their DNA, and it was manifest through sexual perversion, wickedness, hatred, aggression, and violent behavior. And Noah's contemporaries were eaten up with it. It consumed them. Man and woman, boy and girl, no one was immune. It respected no geographical boundaries. It was equally in women as it was in men. It flowed like a river through every town and village like their only source of water. They drank it during the day and binge drank it in the evenings. Theirs was not a pleasant world in which to live. Evil was king. People hated one another, and the whole planet hated its creator. It was Mardi Gras on steroids. Every day was a riotous, rebellious rejection of the one who made them. Insanity and lawlessness reigned. Human rights did not exist, only human wrongs. In the absence of righteousness, sensuality, violence, and demonic activity filled the void. The image bearers Yahweh made had transformed themselves into a global mass of moral chaos and wickedness. God's magnificent creation of man had become a story gone horribly wrong. This, then, is the strength, scope, and potential reality of life without God. So, what do I take away from all this information? This is tough information. Information to absorb, to comprehend. Just really quickly, I talked about this recent school shooting with Aiden Hale and how he killed 3 children and 3 adults. These individuals, they're not even just killing teenagers and adults, but they're killing children. We, as a society, we just constantly undermine the power and the influence of the enemy and the amount of pain and destruction that he is capable of causing, and why it's so imperative to be to have and to continue to work on an intimate relationship with our Creator. Because if we don't do that, then the enemy, he seeps in and he causes that death and destruction in our lives. But the hope is that we can turn from our evil ways and turn towards our Creator's loving and giving ways. So that is the hope, that there is hope, and our Creator offers us that hope of salvation and a better life and a better tomorrow. So that was today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.